I'm Michele Broad. I will be 43 next week. Nope, actually 44, sorry. I've transitioned many times in my life from different things, but I was an employee for a long, long time, grew up in the HMO setting, and about 5 years ago I decided that I just don't want to be an employee anymore. I want to own my own business, practice medicine the way that I want to, and so I started my own solo nurse practitioner practice in Murrieta. When I was in nursing school, I just really got drawn to the women's health issues. Maybe because I'm a woman, but that's just where my passion has always been, is to take care of women and educate them on their own healthcare issues. I graduated as an RN, and then I worked for a year as an RN, and then I heard about the nurse practitioner program, and I went back to UCLA because Harbor UCLA offered a nurse practitioner program. When you're an RN, you go through 4 years of nursing school, and then you go to a nurse practitioner school where you get extra education, just like if you went to medical school, and you have to get a certificate, and you have to go through a kind of, like we call it, an internship as well, and then you have to sit for your state boards. So you actually have more schooling than just a regular RN. In the state of California, you have to have what's called a collaborating physician as of now to open up your own practice and to be a solo provider. So they kind of make it so that they still oversee what you do, and you're not completely on your own yet. Nurse practitioners are very well trained. I think because we're looked at as second best, we always overcompensate and learn more. And I think from a nurse practitioner standpoint, we bring the humanistic aspect because that's what we're trained as nurses first, to care about the patient, and then we're adding in the medical aspect. And if you're coming for primary care, you're going to get the same treatment. You probably, well, I don't want to say you get better, but I think you get really good care from a nurse practitioner. But I think what's different is the nurse practitioner owning her own practice is where you're getting, people don't understand that. They think, oh, you can own your own practice. It's like, yes. They still ask us, well, and you can write prescriptions? Yes. I have my DEA license. I have everything the same thing that the doctor does. It's just, we're just titled different. And it doesn't make us better or worse. We're just different. And people still think doctor's where it's at, so you have to kind of just get out there and educate them like on everything. So I modeled my practice after a doctor and another nurse practitioner friend that I knew that was working in Irvine. And I started out in a very small step and just went out on a prayer, and here I am 5 years later.
And you had a small child at the time too?
I had two, because I wanted to be a mom at the same time. It has its good and bad drawbacks, you know, not the richest person, but been around my kids, so that's great. And my husband's very supportive. Actually, it's going pretty good. We still are open. Our doors are still open, and we still are making a profit, and that's a pretty good thing in California, because most nurse practitioners who have solo practices within about a year or two close their doors. So I've just, you know, I'm one of those type of people. I'm a type A driven person. I think creatively and think outside the box of how to keep our doors open and keep patients coming. And I stay up at night and try to think outside the box. I think California just has a lot of medical issues that need to be presented. I don't think it's the doctors. I don't think it's nurse practitioners. I think it's insurance companies who really run everything. And I think things have to start to change there. I'm a rebel with a cause, so I'm always out there, you know, talking about nurse practitioners and trying to make things better for us. Now that my kids are getting older, I really have some political desires to try to make it better that way, so I'm slowly getting in the political arena to try to bring about change. So I don't know where it's going to go, but I'm hopeful that things will go in a positive direction. I credit a lot of things to my dad. You know, because he was handicapped, he was a fighter, and he never gave up, and he instilled that in me, and I just look to him for a lot of things. And my mom's very supportive, and my family's very supportive. I surround myself with a lot of positive people. I do enjoy what I do. Otherwise, I don't think I'd be doing it. I've mellowed out a lot, and I've learned not to sweat the small stuff anymore. I just kind of go and do what I can do and just leave the rest out there to somebody else. And you can't win every battle, so you have to choose your battles wisely. And I think I'm learning now, I think comes with age, just to learn to enjoy life a little bit more and kind of just relax, and that it's not all about, you know, the end result, it's about the process. My number one thing is that women should slow down. I think stress is out of control in our society today, and we all live the 24/7 mantra, and our bodies were not made to go that way. I mean, we have the computer, we have the cell phone, you know, have a meeting while you're driving down the freeway. And I see women every day who come in and they're tired, they're fatigued, they have no energy, and they're burnt out. So I'd have to say that we need to slow down, and women need to really go back to the basics. I think change is wonderful, and I think that if I was any other woman, I would continue to change and learn things all the time. Keeps you young. And I think that any woman can do anything she wants at any point in her life. And if you want to change when you're 50, change. It doesn't matter, and you just have to do what you love to do because you're spending a lot of time doing it. So I think that women should just keep on doing whatever they love to do.